All right, guys, just want to make a quick video here talking about those beautiful, beautiful crypto markets. Haven't made a video in a couple days. I think it's been like 4 or 5 days. And really, the markets are boring. And, boredom is what capitulates most people in these crypto markets. People get sick of it. I've always said, even going back to last bull market, people who are very excited at one point when Bitcoin was kind of pumping, kind of like, looking decent, people just kind of go away. They get bored. They say, oh, Bitcoin's not going to do anything. Litecoin's not going to do anything, especially Cardano. I remember last bull run, Cardano. Nobody thought Cardano was going to do anything. And people got out. People sold. And then, of course, one day you wake up and everything's pumping and we're in alt season. And that's kind of the stage we're in right now. Bitcoin's been in this range. 50,000 to 60,000. Then we're like, we go to 60, then we go to 73. Then we're between 60 and 73 for a couple months. And here we are right now at $59,000. I found this article. Arthur Hayes is kind of talking about it, which kind of makes sense. Bitcoin needs to breach $70,000, Ethereum $4,000 for altcoin season to start. And yeah, we're not going into alt season unless Bitcoin breaks its all-time high of $73,000. I can tell you that right now. I don't care what Bitcoin does right now. I don't care if we see like a nice pump in Solana, or we see XRP shoot up to 70 cents, or say we see Cardano just magically one day we get up and Cardano's at 70 cents, but Bitcoin's still at 68,000 or wherever it is, or 62,000. That basically means it's going to be a pump that retraces, because you cannot go into alt season until Bitcoin blows past its previous all-time high. Here's some Arthur Hayes. The Solana price could also rally above $250, catalyzed by incoming alt season, according to Hayes. Sure, yeah, I could see that. The market rally in the altcoin sector, also known as alt season, could be delayed until 2025, depending on key price levels from world's two largest cryptocurrencies. Yeah, I think that will be worst case scenario. You guys always know by the end of the year for me, I thought we'd be in full-blown alt season. I thought we'd be getting ready to get out of these markets. I was like, if it doesn't, I was actually saying by the end of the summer. If it doesn't happen by the end of the summer, I think, there's something going on. But it does look like everything's been delayed. And a lot of people who do follow the 4-year cycles and make predictions, going into 2025 was always on the table as far as how long it's going to take us for actually to go into alt season. Of course, it depends on market factors. It depends on the election, what's going on in the world, wars, and just your pumpamentals in general. But look, we're at the end of the summer. We're at $60,000 Bitcoin. Altcoins are doing okay, but we're nowhere near where they're going to be. And it could take to the end of the year. And it could take going into 2025. I just don't know. Nobody really knows. But if we're like in mid 2025 and nothing's happened, then we can say the 4-year cycles are broken. But according to the 4-year cycles, it could be anywhere between now and middle 2025 for us to be in alt season. So, patience always wins. And what happens is, like I said, a lot of people think, oh my God, we're going into alt season in the summer. That's when I'm going to make all my money. And then it doesn't happen. And we kind of like linger on, and those people get flushed out of the market. We get like a big dump in the market, and they basically dump and the whales buy. Happens all the time. I would say 90% of the people who I made friends with in these crypto markets since 2017, people I talk to on Reddit, and most are people people I talk to online. But the amount of people I was talking to online like a couple years ago who haven't even logged into their account in the last year or two is like mind numbing. And it goes to show how many people they just can't take it. They can't take it. They get out of these markets and they don't make any money, and it's very sad. So we're not going to do that here. We're going to be patient and stick with it. And overall, everything's looking good. You got the Litecoin summit going on right now. Litecoin up to $63, not too bad in these markets. And it's kind of funny. Like after all these years, Litecoin's still kicking. They still got their summit. That's why I love my Litecoin. Charlie Lee expands Litecoin into banking via BBVA in Turkey. Charlie Lee announced Litecoin is expanding into banking services At the recent Litecoin summit held in Nashville, the integration of Litecoin into banking giant BBVA's app was unveiled. The option to purchase Litecoin through BBVA is currently limited to Turkey.
Another thing is, after long due diligence with the bank BBVA, we're happy to announce that they're going to start supporting Litecoin in their mobile app in Turkey, which is a very cool expansion into the international space, with people being able to use Litecoin, buy and sell Litecoin with BBVA. So that's very cool.
Yeah, the one thing I love about Charlie Lee, Charlie Lee here is probably worth about $200 million, maybe even more. I can tell you guys, if I made $200 million, if I created Litecoin and made $200 million or whatever the hell he made 10 years ago, I would not be doing any Litecoin summits. I would be on an island with David Copperfield hanging out with supermodels. I really would not give a shit. And a lot of people give Charlie Lee shit, but he's still fighting the good fight for Litecoin, and that is respectable. It is respectable. It's a good thing. Looking back, it's a good thing that Charlie Lee sold all of his coins, because now he can't be held liable when something happens. Doesn't have to worry about the SEC coming after him saying he has all these coins, he's manipulating the price. Now he sold. He doesn't own any coins, so, leave me the fuck alone, SEC. And he really did play an integral part, even though he took a lot of heat for it, in making Litecoin a decentralized network 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm a big believer in Litecoin. I actually picked some up about a month ago, and I do think Litecoin is going to be an easy $500 to $800 by the tippy top of this alt season. I've been in these markets since 2017. I've always made money in Litecoin. Last run, 2020 or whatever it was, 2021, everybody was telling me, and I was an idiot for being in Litecoin. I was snacking it up at $25. I ended up buying like a car off Litecoin, and I'm going to do the same thing this time. Like, people who shit on Litecoin, they're just like the fucking trash, like the white trash, the ghetto trash of the crypto markets. They don't understand that Litecoin's being used. Every payment processor that takes crypto is using Litecoin. It's the number one that they're using. It's the number one in transactions. So, like, what else do you people want, you people who shit on Litecoin? I mean, here it is right here. Looking at Litecoin's trajectory from November 2023, Litecoin recorded a historic moment when Litecoin overtook Bitcoin as the most used payment method on BitPay, one of the world's largest leading payment processors. So, guys, this is what cryptocurrency was designed to do. It was designed to be used for payments. Okay, I'm going to Europe, I'm going to China, I'm going to Japan. I'm not going to take dollars. Let me just load up on a couple $1,000s of Litecoin or Bitcoin. But why would you do Bitcoin? There's a lot of fees. Let me load up on a couple $1,000s of Litecoin, and I can go, and I don't have to transact money or anything like that. I can pay everything in Litecoin. That's what cryptocurrency was designed. Decentralized. You can take your Litecoin anywhere. I use Litecoin a lot when I want to buy little stinky pinky coins. I cash out my Litecoin. I send my Litecoin over to an exchange. I cash some of it out, like KuCoin or something like that. And then I buy a coin. And then when I cash out of my little shitty meme coin, I put it back into Litecoin and send it back to my Litecoin wallet. Litecoin has been 100% worry-free. It's not a scam. It's never been down. You have to worry about Solana, where it goes down all the time. It doesn't even work. Litecoin is serving the purpose that cryptocurrency was designed to do. I know a lot of people like, oh, we want a coin that's shilled by like Arthur Hayes, or we want a coin that has a bunch of meme coins on it. Guys, that's not what cryptocurrency was designed to do. Litecoin is a real cryptocurrency. And it's essentially Bitcoin. It's just cheaper to use. So I'm very bullish on Litecoin. The more and more people I see not bullish on Litecoin, it makes me even more bullish. I was actually thinking, I was talking about XRP, how I want to sell my XRP at 65 cents. I was probably going to buy mostly Litecoin, if I was able to get on my XRP at 65 cents. But unfortunately, I didn't get that price. We're going to talk about that in a minute as well, just how pitiful that XRP pump was off the settlement news. Cardano network skyrockets with 7.2 billion on-chain volume. Cardano sells approximately 7.2 daily in one chain. So, everybody likes to shit on Cardano as well. Cardano is doing the same exact thing it did 5 years ago, last bull market, bear market, everybody was getting bored with it. Everybody's saying it's not going to do anything. Then you wake up one day and you made a ton of money on Cardano just by holding it. The data reveals that Cardano settles approximately 7.2 million daily in on-chain volume, a figure that surpassed many other blockchain networks. The sustained volume showcased the utility of the Cardano network. I saw that BitBoy, Ben Armstrong, was shitting on Cardano, and if you read deeper into that, actually Crypto Crow read deeper into that. He has an ongoing feud with Charles Hoskinson, and also the people over there at the Hit Network are extremely bullish on Cardano, and of course, if they're doing something on the Hit Network, Ben Armstrong has to be completely against it. So that's another reason he's pretty much turned on Cardano. And also he's a crackhead. And of course, a crackhead's not going to like a quality project like Cardano. Like he's going to be liking some scam out there. So that's why I hardly even covered that story. Like I'm so over BitBoy. Like this time last year, I was obsessed with BitBoy. Like he was going to the Bahamas, like following Sam Bankman-Fried. I was so into it. But now he's so boring now. He's such a sad figure now about his whole family collapse and his little stripper girlfriend. Like he's like completely irrelevant what he says now. And of course he's being investigated now by the government. So it looks like he might even be going to jail. So like when he says something now, I don't really think it matters. But I know some people are thinking, oh, BitBoy, he doesn't like Cardano anymore. Well, you have to understand why he doesn't like Cardano. It's essentially personal for him. With those guys over there at the Hit Network. And of course, Charles Hoskinson came out and said, a vote for Harris is a vote against American crypto industry, says Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson. That's absolutely right. And that's the one thing that could hamper this bull market, and I hate to say it, if Harris does get elected somehow, and right now she's doing better in the polls, we're not going to see a very good crypto bull market. And that's just the way it is. We're still probably going to see something, but Donald Trump is the catalyst that could take Cardano to $10, $15, $20. I could actually see a giant market dump if Kamala Harris gets elected president, at least for the first couple weeks. So let's hope that doesn't happen. XRP bullish options popularity jumps may be due to ETF speculation, observers say. Traders have locked in over $2 million in XRP's $1.10 call option listed on Deribits, the highest across all available maturities. Traders have locked in over $2 million in XRP, a $1.10 call listed in Deribit. The large option increased in the nascent XRP option market likely affects ETF optimism. XRP has experienced a surge in activity, particularly in the $1.10 call option that represents a bet that prices for the payment-focused cryptocurrency will double by the end of the month. Do I think it's possible that XRP will go to $1 by the end of August? Right now it's at, 60 cents or something like that? Sure, it's possible, but I think you have the same odds of Cardano doubling, Litecoin doubling. I guess my point is, if XRP doubles by the end of the month, it means we're probably overall bullish in the market. Bitcoin's back up to $73,000 and everything's pretty much doubling. Do I see XRP just doubling by itself when nothing else is doubling? I'm not seeing it. I actually hope it does do that because that'll give me a chance to get out of XRP and get into something better. We talked about this last week. It really was sad, and I'm not going to talk about too much, but this whole XRP Ripple litigation has been going on for 5 years. Now it's over, and all we saw was a 20% pump in XRP, which does lead me to believe that XRP really is a shitcoin, but it's a shitcoin that probably will pump in the crypto bull market. There are a lot of people holding it, but man, if it couldn't even get above 62 cents, and it was a wake-up call to me. I was never a big fan of XRP, but I thought it would do a little bit better, and it really was like a wake-up call, like, wow, this really is a cursed piece of shit project. So that's the XRP news. And Crypto Rand's pretty much just talking about how the Fed has to, do the rate cuts and everything going on with the economy. Let's hear what he has to say.
Afford to wait until the recession actually starts to start slowing down at the recession. They have to make sure that they preempt it. And that is what I'm counting on. I'm counting on the fact that even though we won't be in a recession by the next time the Fed meet, the Fed will preempt the fact that if they don't act now, we will actually get a recession, and that is what everybody is starting to worry about. So as I said, we're past one thing, which is inflation, but now the market's starting to worry about this thing called a recession, which.
So this is what we've been talking about, why the Fed has to act. So the Fed is in a situation right now, we've talked about this before, if they don't cut interest rates, okay, if they don't cut interest rates by the next meeting, and say they don't do anything, they're like, oh, we're just going to wait another few months, wait another year, see how things go, and something collapses majorly in the market, like jobs or whatever happens, stocks, everything, like we go into a recession, they're going to be 100% blamed, and probably all of them lose their jobs. So the Fed is in a situation right now where they have to make some moves, and those moves actually do benefit crypto. They benefit risk assets, your altcoins, gold, and everything like that. So that's why, as of right now, guys, I'm extremely bullish. I think everything is looking great. I know we're in kind of a weird time with the elections, and we're teetering on recession, and the stock market had a big dump, but everything looks really, really good in the crypto markets. We're in that boring phase. I know we've been in it a while. It's like beating a dead horse now at this point with this whole boring phase. Look, Bitcoin's back up to $60,000 right now. Extremely volatile. We're at $57,000 this morning. Now we're at 60. We'll probably be back down to 58 in a couple hours, and we'll be back up to 60. But people are just waiting for these markets to take off, and they're waiting for a catalyst. They're waiting for the Fed to do something. They're waiting for a reason. You know, it's just like people are just sitting on the sidelines. Okay, give me a reason where I can just buy a bunch of fucking crypto. Give me a reason. I want to dump $10,000 right now on some shitty altcoin, but you got to give me a reason to do it. And the Fed, I believe, is going to be that reason. It's going to come out. And if you look at overall how bullish everything is right now, how volatile Bitcoin is, how quickly we pump back up to $60,000 after dumping down to $48,000, the minute that good news comes out, you're going to see an overall pump up to $73,000 Bitcoin, and then we're going to go into alt season. Picking the exact timing is almost impossible. I've never met anybody who can do it. I've never met anybody who sold the top of these markets, and I've never met anybody who caught the bottom. It's like you just want to get the middle. You want to get that meat, and that's kind of what we're looking to do right now. I still think there's a very good chance we're going to be at $150,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. I'm not selling any of my Cardano till at least it's $3 or $4, maybe even $5. Theta $20, $25. Litecoin, I'm not even taking profits on Litecoin until we get at least a $450 Litecoin, maybe a $400 Litecoin. So we have a long way to go, and just be patient right now. That's all I can really say. I mean, everything is looking absolutely incredible with these markets, and you know, Donald Trump getting elected could also be a catalyst. So hopefully he's still up in the polls and he's still doing well in the battleground states. But I don't know. I just don't trust these elections anymore in the United States because anything can happen. And there are things like that. Crypto is not 100%. We got the 4-year cycles, but we need other things to line up as well. It's an election year. Things can get crazy. We're teeter-tottering about to go into a recession. The job numbers are kind of on the brink of collapse. And stock market and the real estate market is due for a crash anyway. So we have a lot going on, but we just need to hold strong. And I think by the end of the year for sure, but maybe even by the end of this month, we're going to be going into that alt season. But, you know, we just have to be patient and, you know, do other things that take your mind off these markets, because if you're new to these markets, I know it's very tempting to cash out because you think it's not going to do anything. I can tell you guys right now, the minute you cash out is the minute we go into alt season. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.